Oh, hi. I'm looking at an old picture of some old colleagues. You know what they say, that a picture is worth more than 1,000 words, which means that an image can communicate a lot more than a long explanation. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you 7 ways you can use the word picture, figuratively speaking. 7 ways coming right up. Welcome back, everybody. Just in case you're joining me for the very first time, my name is Olaleye from Onetutor, bringing you great tips on how you can speak English effectively. I have a question for you, and my question is, how do you use the word picture? How do you use the word picture? It will be great to be able to know how you use the word picture in the comment section. Now the video. We're going to be having a look at 7 ways we could use the word picture, figuratively speaking. So I'll be giving you 7 instances. Please say with me, everyone, instance. Instance simply means example. Example. So you could say to someone, I'll give you an instance. I'll give you an instance. An instance will mean an example. So you could substitute instance with example, or you could substitute example with instance and say, I'll give you an example, or I'll give you an instance. So you use number 1 of the word picture. Please say with me, everyone, keep me in the picture. One more time, keep me in the picture. So let's assume that you are in your office, you are in the workplace, and of course you have a new client or something, a new project or a new task, and of course you wanted your colleagues or someone to let you know the details about something. You'd like to know the development in a certain project. You want to be informed about what's new or what's going on about a project, a client, a task, or something you're doing in the office. So you want to know the latest development about something. So you could say to your colleague, or you could say to someone, you could say, please keep me in the picture. Please keep me in the picture. It means don't leave me out from the details. Don't leave me out from the details. Keep me in the picture. It means let me be informed. Let me be informed. Keep me informed about what's going on. Please say it with me one more time, everyone. Put me in the picture. Put me in the picture. Let's look at use number 2 of the word picture. Please say with me, everyone, out of the picture. Out of the picture. When we say out of the picture, we simply means don't put me out of the picture. Put me in the picture. Don't put me out of the picture. When we say out of the picture, I'm sure you can understand, we talk about out of the picture is when someone puts you out. You are not updated about the development of a new project. You're not updated about what's going on with a certain project, a task, and much more. So you could say to your colleague, please don't put me out of the picture. Please put me in the picture. Let me know what's going on. Please say with me, everyone, out of the picture. Out of the picture. It means don't exclude me. Don't leave me out of what's going on. Let's look at the 3rd use of the word picture. We're talking about how to use picture figuratively speaking. So of course we have the whole picture. Please say with me, everyone, the whole picture. So you could be talking to a colleague and you could say to the colleague, please let me know everything about a client. Let me know everything about a project. Don't leave me out. Don't keep me out of the picture. It means make sure I'm in the picture, but when I'm in the picture, please make sure that you tell me everything. Keep me updated about what's going on. I'd like to know about everything that is going on. So when we talk about whole, we talk about the entire. We talk about the complete. We talk about everything. I don't just want to know a part. I'd like to know everything. So we talk about the whole picture. So you could say to a colleague, you could say to someone, please give me the whole picture. Don't just tell me a part of it. Don't just give me a little, but give me the complete details about a certain thing. So you could use the whole picture. Please give me the whole picture when you're talking about having an entire information about something. Let's look at use number 4. You've asked for the information. You've asked to be in the picture, to be informed about what's going on, about a certain project, a certain task, a new client, and much more. So you are updated. You are not out of the picture. You are not excluded. You are in the picture. So of course, now you've been given all the details. You've been given the entire details about a certain thing. And of course, your colleague that has provided you with information, or the person that has provided you with information can now ask you the question, do you understand? Do you understand? Of course, instead of saying, do you understand? The person could say, do you get the picture now? Do you get the picture? Which simply means, do you understand? Please say with me, everyone, get the picture. Get the picture, which simply means, do you understand something? Let's look at use number 5. We've looked at 4 ways on how we can use picture, figuratively speaking. So now let's look at another instance for the 5th use of picture. So let's assume that you are in the office, and of course you have a new client that you consider that a client is not really worth the energy and time of your department, or perhaps for what you do. Let's assume that you are working in an office, or you're working in an organization, or you're working in a company, and of course you're working in a firm. And of course, so you have one client which you consider that is taking a lot of energy from you. You are working very hard, you are sweating, you are putting in a lot of work to make sure that the customer is satisfied or the client is satisfied. So one day, because you're tired, you could ask a colleague, or you could ask your boss, or you could ask your manager, or you could also ask yourself a question to say, but why are we spending so much time and getting just a limited amount of financial resources or financial benefit from this client? So of course, you could ask yourself that question, and maybe your colleague wants to respond to you. The colleague will say to you, well, I understand how you feel, but you need to look at the bigger picture. Please say with me, everyone, bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture. It means don't just think like this. Think about other possibilities. Think about what the client can do for us. If the client is, now you see the client as having one business, but there is prospect. The client has a prospect, and the client has the possibility to grow and to get a large part of a market. And of course, now it's not that rewarding for us. We're not getting what we're supposed to get. Can you say with me, everyone, rewarding? Rewarding means it's not bringing a lot back to you. You are putting in a lot into a certain client, into a certain work, but you are not getting as much as you can. So it's not, you could say, it's not really rewarding for us. It means that we are putting a lot of time and energy, into a certain client, and we are not getting what we should get back. So you feel that it's not worth your time, or maybe you're considering of working less, and your colleague, your manager, your boss, or someone could say to you, well, I understand how you feel, but look at the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture. Don't just think about what you're doing now. Think about what can happen over time, what can happen in the future. Think about the great possibilities of a certain business or client or something you're doing now. So you feel that it's taken a lot from you, but look at the bigger picture. So when we talk about bigger picture, it means don't just think about it now as a little thing, but think about the bigger picture. Think about what it could be, in the future or down the line. Please say with me, everyone, down the line. Down the line means in the future. You could also say, look at what it can be, in the long run. Look at what it can be in the long run. In the long run would also mean in the future. So you could say, well, look at the bigger picture. Please say with me, everyone, bigger picture. Bigger picture. So let's look at use number 6. Use number 6 would be paint a picture. Please say with me, everyone, paint a picture. So when you talk about paint a picture, it means let me describe the situation to you. So of course, we talked earlier about looking at a bigger picture. So of course, the person, perhaps a colleague or your supervisor, perhaps your manager, or someone that understands a certain client, understands the potentials of a certain business, that understands the importance of staying with a certain client or a certain project task at this time. Because the person has seen the bigger picture, so the person could tell you, well, let me paint a picture for you. Let me paint a picture for you. It simply means let me describe the situation for you, and then you can understand a lot better. So can you say it together, everybody? Paint a picture. Paint a picture. Paint a picture simply means to describe a situation for you. So of course, if you wanted to describe a situation for someone, you could say, well, let me paint the picture for you. So now let's look at use number 7. Use number 7, of the word picture. We're talking about how to use picture, figuratively speaking. So we've looked at 6 ways already. So now we're looking at the 7th and the final use of picture for today's video. So of course, we talked earlier about having a bigger picture, looking at a bigger picture about something that you are doing right now in the workplace. You're doing something and you are putting a lot of energy into that thing. So of course, you don't understand sometimes. You've asked yourself a question, you've asked someone, about the fact that, is it really worth doing what you're doing? So you could, that could be that problem. There could be that question in your mind that you are wondering why you are putting a lot of energy into something and you're getting a little a reward back. You're getting a little, you're expecting to get this much, but you're getting a little back. So of course you've asked someone else, but is it really worth it? And the person has said to you, look at the bigger picture. So of course, the person explaining to you would say that, well, have a picture of these in your mind. So the person could explain to you, the benefit or the prospect of a certain business, the prospect of a certain client. And the person could say, well, visualize this. Visualize this. So the person could give you the details of a certain client, could give you all the details of the prospect that our business could have, not now, but down the line. Down the line. In the long run. So it could be something that you can't see at the moment, but there could be a great potential down the line. So the person could say to you, well, visualize this, or have a picture of this in your mind. And the person could explain to you, or could reveal to you the prospect of a certain client, the prospect of a certain business. So we have the 7th use for today's video, which is have a picture of. Please say with me, everyone, have a picture of. Have a picture of simply means to visualize. Visualize, it means you can't see it. It's something that you can't touch at the moment, but you have to visualize it. Because if you're able to visualize it, then you can believe and understand that the effort, the energy that you are putting into something at the moment is worth it. It's worthwhile. Please say with me, everyone, worth it, worth it, worthwhile, worthwhile, which simply means it's there's value for you. You put in your time and your energy into something, and it's good for you because you would get back benefits. So we can use the word worthwhile. Can we say it together, everybody? Worthwhile. So of course, let's go back one step, or let's backtrack. Backtrack means to go backwards. Please say with me, everyone, backtrack. So let's backtrack a step. So let's go to you, saying to someone, your colleague or your boss, your manager, or you're saying to someone, is it really worth the time? Is it really good for us to put in a lot of energy, a lot of time into a certain business? So of course, that person could say to you, well, don't worry, I understand your question, but let me give you the whole picture. I'll give you the whole picture, and of course, you'll be able to understand a lot better. So the person could say, well, in order for me to give you the whole picture, I'll give you an instance. And we talked about instance, if you remember, about an example. So I'll give you an instance so the person could give you all the details about a certain business, why you are involved in a little business at the moment, because if a client is satisfied, perhaps the client would continue to use your service in the future. So although you're getting a little now, you're getting this much now, in the future, if you work hard, if you stay with a client and you look at the bigger picture, you're staying with the client, it will you're going to be rewarded at the end of the day. You're going to be rewarded down the line with something that will really be beyond your comprehension. To something, so of course we talk about have a picture of. Have a picture of will be to visualize the potential, to visualize a certain thing, something you can't see now, but something that would be revealed to you once you understand it. Thanks for watching today's video, everyone. If you like the content of the video, kindly subscribe to the channel. It's also be great to be able to engage with you in the comment section. Remember, everyone, to substitute your vocabulary every time you're speaking, and I'll see you at the next one.